a service of CNC Worldwide.
CNC podcasts are a service of CNC News. An Irondequoit police officer has been put on administrative leave after questions were raised about racially insensitive posts on his Facebook page. The officer has not been named. Town Supervisor Adam Bello and Police Chief Richard Tantalo say in a joint statement the department is conducting an investigation. Disciplinary action will be taken if the posts are attributed to the officer in question. The town says it takes the issue very seriously, and this is not reflective of the values of the citizens of Irondequoit or the men and women of its police department. An Irondequoit police car was wrecked Monday afternoon in a crash at Goodman Street and Route 104. The police cruiser was hit in the rear on Goodman at the 104 underpass after the officer pulled another car over, and it ended up shoved onto the sidewalk. 4 people went to the hospital. Firefighters say all the injuries were minor. The man accused of making terroristic threats against the Churchville-Chili School District last week now faces federal child porn charges. The U.S. Attorney for Western New York says 25-year-old Joseph Lamica of Brighton has been charged with attempted production of child pornography. Federal prosecutors say Lamica advertised his services as a babysitter online. A family he was working for discovered he was engaging in inappropriate behavior with their 9-year-old son and terminated his contract. The defendant then allegedly tried to approach the boy at school. A search of his residence turned up pornographic images and a notebook talking about his interest in young boys. Rochester School Superintendent Bolgan Vargas says he'll close a more than $40 million gap in his next school budget while also putting more money into summer learning programs. Vargas told the school board Monday night it's important to prevent summer learning loss and also to make sure children have access to reading teachers, music, the arts, and sports. The Vargas budget, a little more than $798 million, a $5 million increase over the current year. He's cutting numerous central office jobs and putting the money instead into hiring more than 130 new teachers and lengthening the school day. The Wayne County Sheriff's Office and federal authorities say a 28-year-old Newark man has pled guilty to burglarizing a gun and ammo store in Palmyra 2 years ago. Sheriff Barry Virts says the plea by Rodney Goodrich wraps up a long-running investigation into the break-in at D&M Shooting Sports, where 24 handguns and a rifle, as well as ammunition, were stolen. Federal prosecutors say the guns were sold for cash and cocaine. The issue of same-sex marriage is leading a local Presbyterian congregation to divorce itself from the Presbyterian Church USA. Brighton Presbyterian Church, actually located on East Avenue in Rochester, holds more traditional views than the majority of that denomination. Pastor Tim Luddy says his congregation has voted to separate from the main branch of the church, in part because the Presbyterian Church USA voted last week to dump its traditional description of marriage. Instead of being between a man and a woman, it's now between two people. Your next CNC podcast is whenever you click on one of these pages and catch one. We post updates as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.